Okay. So have you ever had that, like, little nagging thought in the back of your mind?
Uh-huh.
The one it's like, what if they're like these amazing medical breakthroughs
Right.
just like sitting out there, like they exist, but like they're hidden for some reason?
Yeah.
It really makes you think about like power, right? Like who has the power to do that kind of thing?
It's a huge question, and it's one that we actually see pop up all the time in, like, popular culture and media.
Totally.
And today, that's exactly what we're diving into.
Yeah, we are.
So we're not looking at a research paper today or historical records or anything like that.
Right.
We're actually taking a look at a political thriller. It's
Ooh.
called The Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
It's written by Robert Bailey, and it's coming out on May 1st, 2025.
Okay, so not even out yet,
No, not yet.
but we're getting a sneak peek.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And, it's really interesting how fiction can sort of like reflect back some of our deepest fears and anxieties
It's true.
about the world. So that's kind of what we're going to be unpacking today.
Yes.
So we're not saying that this book is like, fact or anything like that,
I don't know.
but we are interested in what this story is trying to tell us.
Exactly.
And what kind of conversations it might spark.
Reactions it's getting already.
Exactly.
All right, so let's like break down the basic situation in the Boomerang.
Okay.
So we've got the president of the United States. His name's Lionel,
Oh, okay.
and he has cancer, terminal cancer.
Oh, wow.
This is a huge secret, obviously.
Yeah,
Very few people know about it,
of course.
including his chief of staff, a guy named Eli James.
All right.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So the president, Lionel, he starts to get better, like mysteriously better.
Oh.
And at the same time,
Yeah.
Eli James's daughter, she's diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, my God.
It's like this crazy, like, cosmic coincidence almost.
Yeah, like what are the chances?
Seriously, it's like almost too much.
So much happening all at once.
It makes you wonder, so what did you think about this whole setup?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's just heartbreaking, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have the most powerful man in the world dealing with his own mortality,
Right.
and then his closest friend, his advisor,
Right.
facing the potential loss of his child.
Right.
I mean, talk about tension.
Huge stakes.
Yeah, and not just political stakes either, right? This is about family.
That's what really gets me.
Yeah.
It's like that fierce protective instinct that a parent has for their kid.
Absolutely.
So, Eli's desperate, right? He'll do anything to save his daughter.
Of course.
So he reaches out to someone he thinks can help. A big pharma lobbyist.
Oh, wow. So he's going right to the source.
Right to the source.
Mhm.
I mean, think about it. Big pharma, they're the ones with all the cutting-edge research, the experimental treatments.
Makes sense.
But instead of finding help, Eli stumbles onto something really dark.
Oh.
Like way darker than he could have ever imagined.
What does he find?
A cover-up. A massive cover-up about a potential cure.
A cure for cancer?
For cancer. And not just any cure.
Yeah.
This is a cure that could be worth billions. I mean, we're talking potentially saving millions of lives.
So they're suppressing a cure.
Suppressing it, keeping it under wraps.
Why? I mean, why would they do that?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It's more than $1 million question.
I know, right? But it gets at this idea of like, are these systems, these institutions really designed to help people, or are they more about profit?
Right, right.
Like if there's a cure, but it means less money for Big Pharma.
Then what happens?
Exactly. It's chilling.
It really is.
And it's like Bailey, the author, he puts this lobbyist in there as the one who reveals it all.
Interesting.
It's like someone from within the system is the one who breaks it open.
Right.
Really makes you think.
Absolutely.
So anyway, Eli obviously can't just ignore this, right?
No way.
He's got this huge world-changing secret.
Yeah.
So he does something pretty drastic.
What's that?
He goes off the grid, like disappears
With his fam?
with his family. They head west, like trying to escape.
Wow.
And to protect them, he teams up with this guy, Nestor the Beast, Sanchez.
The beast.
Yeah, the Beast. He's like this powerful land baron, kind of like a modern-day outlaw.
Okay, so we're getting into like thriller territory now.
Oh, yeah, full-on thriller. I mean, you got to think, Eli's going up against some seriously powerful people.
Right, the government, Big Pharma.
Exactly. So he needs someone like the Beast,
Mm.
someone who can operate outside the rules.
Someone who can protect him.
Exactly.
So this alliance with the beast, it's like it adds a whole other layer to the story.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Eli, who's probably this, like, very buttoned-up political guy.
Right.
And now he's mixed up with this, like, rugged, maybe even ruthless land baron.
Yeah, it's a strange pairing.
It is. And it makes you question, like, how far is Eli willing to go?
Right.
What lines is he willing to cross to save his daughter? It's
Exactly.
like, is the good guy still good if he has to do bad things?
That's a classic question.
It really is.
So, we've got this sort of classic David versus Goliath setup, right?
Absolutely.
Eli's like this regular guy
Right.
taking on these huge, powerful institutions.
Right.
Is his daughter's life on the line?
Right. But the secret he has,
Yeah.
that can change everything for everyone.
It could change the world.
He can change the world. Talk about pressure.
Wow. Yeah.
So, we've talked about Eli, but the other characters are really interesting too.
Okay, like who?
Well, like Lionel, the president.
Right, the one with cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this secret illness, and then suddenly he's getting better.
That is strange.
It is. And then you have that big pharma lobbyist.
The one who spills the beans?
Exactly. He's like a key to this whole conspiracy.
Right, right.
And even the beast. He's like a symbol of this whole other world of power.
A world outside the government.
Exactly.
Mm.
So all these characters, they're all tangled up in this web of intrigue.
It sounds complicated.
Oh, it is. But it's so good.
So, we keep coming back to this idea of like the personal versus the systemic. You've got this dad just trying to save his kid.
Right.
But he's up against these massive forces, these secrets.
It's like, how do these big systems, like the government and big pharma,
Yeah.
how do they impact our everyday lives?
It's a huge question. I mean, it makes you wonder, like, who really has the power?
Right.
And what are their priorities?
Exactly. And what are they willing to do to protect those priorities?
Right. Are they willing to sacrifice individual lives?
Potentially.
Mm.
And that's where this book gets really thought-provoking.
It sounds like it.
It really is.
So this book, The Boomerang, it's not even out yet, right?
Nope. May 1st is the release date.
But it's already making waves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge waves.
Like, how so?
Well, first of all, the Kindle edition, you can pre-order it right now
Okay.
for like $1.99.
That's a steal.
It is. And it's already a #1 bestseller.
Really?
Yeah, on the Kindle store.
Oh.
And not just in one category. No. It's hit #1 in political thrillers, legal thrillers, even murder thrillers.
Wow. So it's crossing genres.
It is. And that tells me that it's got something for everyone.
Right. It's not just appealing to one type of reader.
Exactly. And the ratings are really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 4.6 out of 5 stars.
With how many ratings?
67. So, you always have to take those early ratings with a grain of salt.
Of course. Yeah.
But still, 4.6, that's pretty impressive.
It does suggest people are enjoying it.
They are. And then there are the reviews, the professional reviews from other authors.
Oh, right. Like endorsements.
Yeah, and these are big names.
Like who?
Well, Jeffrey Deaver, he called it breathtaking. And he said it has a lot of heart.
Okay, so it's not just a cold thrill.
No. There's real emotion there.
Right.
And Lisa Unger, she talked about the high stakes, the shocking secrets, and how family and friendship are at the center of it all.
Sounds compelling.
It is. And Philip Margolin, he talked about how the book really captures the emotional impact of dealing with cancer, especially when it's someone you love.
Yeah, that's a powerful theme.
It is. And then there's Isabella Maldonado. She loved the mix of political intrigue, action, and emotion.
So it's got a little bit of everything.
It does. And Stephen Conkley, he mentioned the, relentless tension and the shocking conclusion.
Oh, a real page-turner.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Ryan Steck, he even compared it to John Grisham in Yellowstone.
Oh, wow. So, legal thriller meets, modern Western.
Yeah, something like that. So, the praise is pretty overwhelming.
That's a lot of positive buzz.
It is. But, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Oh.
No. There's some more critical reviews, too.
What are they saying?
Well, one person called it a pot boiler.
A pot boiler?
Yeah. Meaning it's entertaining, but maybe not very deep.
Okay.
And they questioned, how believable the whole hidden cure thing is.
All right.
And another person, they brought up this idea of cancer being a profitable business.
Oh, wow.
And how the book seems to suggest that some people don't really care if people die from it.
That's a heavy accusation.
It is. But it's also a conversation that we need to be having.
Right, about healthcare and priorities.
Exactly.
What else are people saying?
There were some shorter reviews, too.
Mm-hmm.
One just said it was very suspenseful and exciting.
Straight to the point.
Yeah. Another one said it was action-packed and unputdownable.
So a real can't-put-it-down kind of book.
Exactly. But then there was this one review that really stuck with me.
What was that?
So this reviewer, they pointed out this factual error.
Oh.
Yeah, they said that you can't actually see Pennsylvania Avenue from the Oval Office.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which is true.
It is.
And it made me wonder, like, if they got that detail wrong,
Yeah.
what else might they have gotten wrong?
Right. It makes you question the research a bit.
It does. So, I mean, overall, what do we make of all this?
Well, I think it's fascinating.
I agree.
I mean, we're looking at this book,
Right.
The Boomerang.
And it's not even out yet.
Right.
But it's already generating all this buzz.
It is. And I think it's because it taps into something that we're all thinking about.
This idea of hidden truths, conspiracy.
Exactly. Like, what if the things we're told aren't the whole story?
Right. What if there's more going on behind the scenes?
And that tagline, what if Big Pharma hid the cure?
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's brilliant. It just grabs you.
Yeah, it does. It plays on our fears, our anxieties about, big corporations, the government.
And then you add in the personal story, the father fighting for his daughter.
Yeah, that emotional core.
It's a recipe for a hit.
It sounds like it.
And the reviews, even the critical ones,
Right.
They're all part of the conversation.
They are. They make us think critically about the book, about the themes.
Exactly. And about the world we live in.
Exactly. So even though it's fiction,
Yeah.
this book is raising some real questions.
It is. And that's what makes it so powerful.
Absolutely. And it really shows how fiction can, reflect reality. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It can hold a mirror up to society.
And make us question things.
Exactly. So before we go, I have one last thought for you.
Okay, hit me.
What if, and just hear me out,
I'm listening.
what if, because of books like this, because of these stories,
Yeah.
this idea of hidden cures, suppressed medical breakthroughs,
Right.
what if it starts to take hold in the public consciousness?
Like, what if people start to really believe it?
Exactly. What would the implications of that be?
I mean, that's a huge question.
It is. Would it lead to more distrust in institutions?
Possibly.
Would it lead to people demanding more transparency?
Maybe.
I don't know. But it's something to think about, right?
Absolutely. It's a question that's going to stay with me.
Me too. And I think it's a question that's worth exploring further.
Definitely. And it just shows how powerful storytelling can be.
It really does. So there you have it, our deep dive into the Boomerang.
A book that's making us think, even before it's released.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those minds questioning.
And those pages turning.
Absolutely.